coming in now, and I have turned my camera around, so I just need to check you can actually see me. Okay, good. There we go. Turn on my computer, might help. Ugh. So I have already started making this bag for those tuning in late. But I did not get this one finished yesterday because other things happened. So because of that reason, I now get to make another one. So I have a lot of custom orders for these bags. I love these bags. I actually would like to have a few already made up on my website. It's just not right now. I'm concentrating on getting all the custom orders done, and then I get to do other things. So I also made a list of everything I have to do today, and the list is huge. Hello, Nikki and Deborah. Welcome. I'm running a little behind stuff. So this is a different raggabrash to yesterday because I finished that one and I started on this one. Apparently I'm also watching videos of myself, which is weird. You are just in time. I've only just come on, but this bag has already been done in part before I came online. So like yesterday and crazy early this morning. But if I had to come on this morning, you only would have got about 20 minutes and then I would have had to stop again. That's no fun. So this is the back pocket of the raggabrash I am making right now. I've already done a lot of the other stuff. So right now it is 8:36 in the morning where I live. If you are in country Victoria, I am now an hour behind you guys. Because of daylight savings, we don't do daylight savings here. Oops, missed. Stitch and back stitch. So yeah, I love different time zones across the world. It's always fun. So I made a list of everything I have to get done in the next couple of days. I wrote it on a whiteboard, and let's just say that I probably don't get to sleep for the next 3 days. But this is a priority. I got sent another laser to have a play with. Apparently it's kid friendly, so I plan on getting my child in a video for that. I'm sure he'll love it. I'm also pretty lazy with how I make this now. So all the layers together, all at once, and then I don't have to worry about stuff. You use more thread the way I do it, but also like way easier. Oh yeah. Yeah, so while my husband's away, I have an insane... Oh, I just remembered something else I have to put on the list. I'm also using really chunky zippers. This is for a really manly man, and so I thought these zippers would be quite appropriate. He just wanted black with red handles, but I'm also doing red stitching, because I checked with him and he thought that was a cool idea. I also need to get my nails trimmed. We've officially reached the point of too long for my body. I like long nails, but these are now too long. There's a fine line between too long and too short. Okay, so now to get this little crease, what I actually do is grab the base, because we need to know how big it is, right? This is the width it needs to be. So we just line up the top and the bottom. And then just fold that over and put a clip. Same to the other end. So I've had a lot of questions lately about my machine. I do promise that I plan on painting this one green. I was going to get someone to come and graffiti it, but they don't seem very keen to do it. And I really want it done, like now and not next week. So I'm most likely going to just do something green and sparkly or glittery or metallic or I don't know yet. Something though. So there's the crease and there's the crease. Move the handle out of the way, and if we just push down, actually what I like to do is sew it from this side so I can see how much thickness we need. And then we're just going to top stitch and have that same amount of thickness the whole way along. Now, if you're not using this particular fabric, you can just iron this crease. So this machine is a GC0617D. I don't really know what any of that means. It's a walking foot. It's a compound foot, sorry, specifically. And it is awesome. And that's about all I can tell you. Oh, I just remembered another thing I've got to put on my list. Why is that? What is going on? So this is my new compound feed super heavy duty machine. It's so slower than the green machine, and also I'm not getting rid of the green machine. It is now just designed for lightweight things like clothing and small crafty projects. I will do more videos on it, but at the moment I'm really focused on smashing out all custom orders because it's only getting closer to Christmas and I'm sure I'm only going to get busier. See, look at that. Fantastic. So now that we're here, I can grab the base and stick this on. Stitch, back stitch. I've also got to be careful I don't hit the laptop, which you can see in the corner of the video. Last thing I need to do is knock off the laptop and break it, because that would suck. So yes, this is a new machine to me. I've only had it like a short while. It is awesome though. So this will be my new bag making video machine. I also got a little bit of paint here. It's not dirt, it's paint. I need to scrape that off. Unless I paint the whole table. Who knows with me, honestly. Alright, let's build the front. I've already put the handle on because I was doing that all at one time. Because otherwise I forget. If I don't put both handles on at the same time, I tend to forget where they go. Like, I don't forget where they go, but I forget to do it and then I have to unpick. Nobody likes doing that. I'm using gunmetal grey zipper tape. And I'm looking for this. So I do love this machine. It is fantastic. I bought it because it was available on Marketplace. It is at least secondhand. The lady that owned it before me apparently used to make dog birds for her dog, and then when the dog passed away she didn't want to sew anymore, so I got it nice and cheap and it looked basically brand new. I'm a fan. So if nothing else, even if my zipper tape, even if I just measured that incorrectly, what we really are looking for is symmetry, which is why I line the second one up against the first one. And then we need the little ones. If I had red zipper tape, like with gunmetal, I probably would have used that on this, if I'm being honest. On top, on the bottom. Now when doing these, I like to use one clip on one side and then hold it on the other. We're going to stitch and back stitch, over we go and back stitch. It's always the second one that gets a bit tricky. So I'm going to put the zipper on it first with 2 clips this time. And then we grab this one and we're going to pretend like it's doing a full loop. So I'm just going to kind of shove the zippers over out of the way and add it in. But no, I am starting to think about Christmassy things. I have, after our discussion yesterday on the other live, I have decided that I will not be doing markets because, let's be honest, it's not like I really have time. my time is most likely better spent doing other things. Pokey stick to hold the zipper tape where it's told instead of where it wants to be. And then if all went well, you should be able to pull the 2 pieces of zipper and it all just straightens out. Ta-da! So now just to make it neat, I will top stitch. Oh my god, stop it. Of course I'm going to have drama. This morning, no drama at all. Now, apparently it wants to give me grief. So rude. There's like a knot. That didn't even stitch properly. At least I can tell that it's being rude. So yeah, this is my new bag making machine. I love it. It is fantastic. It takes a minute to get used to. I had to take off the little protective thing because it was in my way and I couldn't see what I was doing. And so now I just keep my fingers out of the way and it's fine. I understand why the protective shield was there, but I couldn't see what I was sewing and I couldn't get like nice, crisp, straight, evenness. So I had to go. Crack. On we go. Whoops. Ha! Caught it. Look at that. Hi, Sherlock Sews. Welcome. I did promise a live today, and so we will be finishing up the other raggabrash I had to make. The other one is very bright, but that's what they wanted, so that's what they get. This one, and then right way up. There is a right and a wrong way to this PVC stuff. There is a guy, a local guy at a market that only makes bags out of this stuff, but they're all unlined, which I understand from his point of view, but I like a lined bag. It's just my personal preference. And then the other end. I don't know why, but I always leave this front for last. It's not that it's hard. It's just probably the most time-consuming part. I'm also doing the side pocket on this one. The one I did yesterday didn't have the side shoe pocket. This one will. And I have another order for this bag. So if you guys haven't got onto this pattern yet and you make bags to sell, or even if you've got like a lot of men in your life you need presents for Christmas, this pattern is awesome. Takes a bit of fabric. It takes 1.5 meters of lining fabric if you're doing the shoe pocket. But still. It is quite popular. My husband loves this bag. And his workmates have started ordering from it. Oh, that's right. I've got another pattern design. There's another order for it. See, this bag just keeps going. I have a lot of orders for this bag now that I think about it. Alright, so we've got the zipper. The first thing I'm going to do is open the zipper because it's easier for the next part that I'm about to do. So, I haven't put his initials on it. He wants initials. That's annoying. I forgot until right now. Which is why I didn't do this bag first in the video yesterday because I was supposed to do embroidery. Well, crap on a stick. I'm finding the center of everything because the center of everything helps. Line up the ends, find the center, clip. And then I need to decide where I want to put the initials because I haven't done that either. He just wants, I'm thinking maybe like here. Not in the center, but like off to the side and just be subtle. So that means that I need, hold that thought, I need to go and get all the things to hoop it. You can watch me hoop it. So we need a hoop. I need to turn on the machine. 2x4 hoop because it's only initials. And I'm going to need tearaway stabilizer. I love that my machine does it. It's like, oh, I'm about to turn on. I appreciate that. I will be able to turn you around in a minute, but I have to walk back and forth, so I'll do it when I'm ready. What I am looking for right now is the stabilizer for underneath it. I have a roll somewhere. None of those are it. Embroidery. In fact, you know what? Turn around and have a look. We're going to go this way so I can see. Ignore all my mess. It's a thing. Alright, so what we are doing is, in here, it will have initials of stuff. I just have to pick a font. I think I just want something quite simplistic. And then we're going to go like that. Oh, wait, that's a D. I didn't want a D. I wanted N. And that's all it's going to be. And he wanted red because it's a red and black bag. So down here I have a crap ton of thread. Oh, and that's got a knot in it. Always a fun one. I do need a better storage system for all my thread, but again, not today's problem. Ah, come on. Love me. There we go. In, down, up. I love that this is an auto threader because I am lazy. I appreciate that. Okay, so then up above is where all my stuff is. I think I'm going to move that so I can see. Oh wait, there it is up there. Ha! Would you look at that? So this is my roll of stabilizer. And if anyone's commenting right now, I'm sorry I can't see. Because I turned us all around and did not bring my laptop with me because there's no space. Isn't that fun? So this is my hoop. This is my stabilizer. I'm just going to cut a chunk off. As you can see, I'm still not very organised. Such is life. I do call myself chaotic creative for a reason. Not just for funsies. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to float. I like to float everything ever. I don't like to put things in the hoop because I get hoop burn way too easily. So that's nice and tight. Oh, actually, it could be probably a little bit tighter. Make it a bit tighter. I might just move that over. I don't like to put the hoop with stuff in it except stabilizer. Just a personal preference, but it works better for me. So, stabilizer. Then we need a basting spray. I like 505 more than the birch one these days. Mainly because I can physically see it go on. It creates like white stuff. And then I'm just going to grab this. And I'm going to eyeball it. And I'm just going to stick it in the middle. Like that. Smooth it down. All should be well. And then in the machine it goes. Down and on and off it pops. So that's that done. Now we can turn around and come back to the machine. Love that for us. And we are back. There we go. That'll just take a minute. Yeah, my sewing room is never true. Like, it's organised-ish. Not gonna lie, it is somewhat organised, just not as much as some might expect. I get into a zone, and then, like, every now and again I'll come in and I'll clean it and reorganise it, but it never lasts because depending on what project I'm doing, it will depend on what I want out. But what we can do is find the centre top and bottom of this. And no, over there. And then I'm just, this is non-directional, so it doesn't matter which way I put it up. I'm going to clip the lining. And the reason we open the zipper is because it's easier to get around this corner. Lay it flat up against the edge. And around the corner we go. And keep moving down. So my husband is away until the end of the week. And I have plans. I need to sand back my kitchen bench and then restain it and then reseal it. And I don't want him home for it because he does not enjoy the chaos I create when I do things like this. Also, my new pattern releases in like, what, 4 days? And I'm going to do that video probably tomorrow. So I'm going to cut it out already today. All the rest of it. See how the zipper's open here? It just fits nicer around there when we're clipping things together. What's left? Back zipper. And I think interior zipper. What do we got? So I've got Tory pockets. Oh, we can do this. So this is my mesh for the inside of the bag. The outside of the bag, I already did that bit, but I used like a super heavy duty mesh I found at Spotlight. It's like thick. I don't know if you can tell how thick that is. Way thicker than this, but it's good for the outside. So while I'm waiting for the embroidery, I'll set that aside. Grab my binding, which I have a roll of and is apparently stuck. This is not quite an inch thick, which is annoying, but whatever. We do what we can. Move along. At least the embroidery won't take long. I can appreciate that. I like to pre-fold this because it's easier. Each to their own, I guess. And it's finished. I really need to go figure out how to go into that program and change it to make it different noises. That would make me so happy. I keep saying it. I haven't Googled it yet, but I will because I really want it to go. I really want it to make the noise from the Disturbed song Down with the Sickness. And I understand how messed up that is. I just don't think I care. That's trapped. So we're going to try really hard not to stretch this stuff. This type of mesh is quite easily stretched. It does not love me. But it's fine. Has everyone started thinking about what Christmas gifts they're making, everybody? I have. I've already started. You guys saw the video of me already starting. Why are you being so stubborn? Meh. Don't know what its problem is. You lost your hot ruler for over a month. It was under a notepad. Well, that's annoying. I lose stuff all the time because I'm not an organised human. I feel like you guys probably have caught on to that fact though, if we're being totally honest. I won't be shopping for Christmas presents this year, except for maybe my child. Everybody gets handmade gifts from me because they like it. I enjoy doing it. It works out cheaper while still being awesome. It's more about the thought than the amount of money you spend. So like adults will get either a bag or an embroidered towel, but I go on my nice towels because as an adult, I personally enjoy a nice towel. That's just me. See what I did there? I grabbed the end to make sure it's lined up, and then I fold it over so I can use this hand as like a holding point, and then things don't shift around as much. And now, that's not stretched out of shape. Oh yeah. And I always like to go bottom to top on the sides. because the sides can be naughty. Cup patties. Ooh, I don't know what that is, but it sounds cool. See, bottom to top. Happy days. It's a fluke that I had red mesh, to be honest, because I did not have purple. I'm going to do it about there, so I'm just going to put a crease in. I like to eyeball these things. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. Backstitch twice in that area to avoid it breaking. So cool. His motorbike is black and red. We are quite on point with all of this. Okay. See? That's cute. An organizer for scrap. That is a very thoughtful gift. I'm having about 20 people at my house. So we're all going to do a Kris Kringle. And my husband wants shoes, so he's pretty easy. So that's side and base. And then, just while we're here, I'm going to just keep going with this. Because I've already started and I may as well do it. And then I'll go and get the thing out of the embroidery machine because the embroidery wrecked my mojo. I made those gaiters from the other video that I did. And the glasses case to my friend. I don't know who I've got in the Kris Kringle yet, which is why I haven't made that gift. I'm also trying to think about gifts ideas to put on my website. It's been on my thoughts lately as well. I've come up with some cool ideas. Off to the side, about there. Yep, almost stitched. There we go. Oh, see, that's fantastic. Super personalised. I love personalised gifts. Although in saying that, I've asked my husband for a nail gun. It's $129. That's all I want for Christmas. I have plans. Me and my laser and all my woodworking stuff are going to make things. Because, why not, really? I like to have nice things in my house, and so I plan on just making them myself. I'm thinking about Christmas because if I'm not organised, I'll miss it. I had plans to make things for Halloween, and I missed it because I was too busy not worrying about it, going, oh, it'll be here later. I should have already made Christmas things if I was going to, and since I haven't, I now need to think very much about Christmas. Other side, stab. Oh yeah. I also am going to do a small personalised gift for all 20 odd students in Jessie's class because I can. It'll cost me stuff all because it's going to be with the laser, and it will make the kids really, really happy. I don't live in a super high economy kind of area, so they will all very much appreciate something with their name on it. Did I get to do my yard decorations? They are on the list for this weekend as well. So that's part of my giant list of things I have to get done. On the list is this bag, the video for the new pattern, which is called the Quokka, because it's a super adorable animal and it's small, and this bag is super adorable and small. So I've got to do the video for that. I have to finalize the pattern and get it up on the website ready. I have to put out the Halloween decorations before my husband gets home next week. I have to go, after this video, I'm going to go inside and change my bed sheets and put them in the wash to make sure that they're dry and stuff, because I like the black ones. They make me happy. I have other ones, but the black ones just, I don't know, my favorite. I like black, what can I say? What else do I have to do? I have to do the video for the laser with my kid. I have to organize what kind of promos I plan on doing. I can't find my scissors. It's because they're over there. I keep looking for the other ones. I might just do that and then go get them. Let me go get my scissors and the embroidery. I'll be back for 2 seconds. See? Something so little will have such a big impact. I don't know if you can see that. You probably can't see that. Rip it off the stabilizer because it's tear away. And voila! Subtle, fantastic. I love it. Ugh. But we're not making that yet because I want to roll with this. Hello, hello. So I'm trying to decide, do I make all the kids like a little toy type thing, or do I just make them a Christmas ornament with glitter that has their name on it so they can hang it on their own Christmas tree at home? Because I like that idea, and I can bulk do them on the laser. I don't know. I'm even contemplating stealing my husband's laptop and having both lasers running over Christmas. I also have to take photos of a new thing I designed. I also have to stain wood for another thing I'm designing for Christmas. Like, the list is never ending. And time management is not my greatest strength, let's be honest. I don't want this shifting, so I'm using my zipper tape, double-sided tape. You know what I mean. You can rip it. I'm just not very good at it, so I cut it anyway. But it is rippable. Hello, hello. And then I also have to think about decorating for Christmas. We've gone with a Mexican theme so that we can eat Mexican food. So we're having like tacos and burritos. So I have to make decorations for the house that are a bit more that themed, which will be fantastic. So everybody just brings one thing from our list of food we require. I'm in charge of desserts. So we will be doing dessert nachos. I will have ice cream and chocolate mousse. And they'll all be in like single serving moments so that I don't have to like stuff about. So all like the chocolate mousse will be in like everyone's cup, and I'll just do like 25 of them for those that want seconds. I have plans. Swivel. Roll this up. Doesn't matter what machine you're on. If it doesn't fit, roll it up. Rolling stops creases and just makes it easier. Zipper up. There we go. Swivel. Up the other side. Get the start back stitch. Yeah, see, tree decoration with a name, but I'm going to do them 2 layers so that I can cover 1 layer in glitter and just have a whole bunch of different color glitter, and then Jessie can help me make them. And the lady at the office was kind enough to just give me a list of everyone's first names because they can't give me full details of children, which I completely understand. But I've got a list of just their first names so that I can spell everything correctly. That's a big thing. Lots of names I don't know how to spell just because people do interesting spelling. So I got that list yesterday. So I'm trying to decide if I do everybody the same so there's no argument, like the same design, or if I have a few different designs and a few different colors so people feel like it's more unique. I don't want the kids to be jealous of different designs, but also the same just feels kind of lazy. I don't know. All right, grab this, add this to this. And the lasering, in my big laser, I can get quite a lot done at once. My S1, I love my S1. And the reason I love my S1 is because it's so easy to line stuff up, and we all know I'm terrible at it otherwise. Also, my teacher, or Jessie's teacher, Mrs. Martin, was Miss Limpkin at the start of the year. And last year I gave her a sign that said Miss Limpkin, so she'll be getting like a cool teacher door sign that says Mrs. Martin. You know what? I might just attach this and be... Oh, no, not yet. Not yet. I'm going to take this, and we're going to put them right sides together and add it into our clips from earlier. We'll do the front. It'll be fine. I am jumping all over the place. This is how I operate when I'm not live. Normally, like when I'm just at home sewing, I just sew bits I feel like sewing in the order with which I feel like sewing it. Oh. Wow, so that's one thought. And the other thought about doing the different options is also then if I'm going to sell custom designed things, I will already have kind of the photos. So it kind of is a twofer. Now somewhere around here is a really big zipper. And I want to zip it out of the way because these zippers are very chunky. Get it down there. Always go slow around corners. And straight bits, you can always go faster. Preferably without hitting that. What's going on in there? Just making sure the zipper teeth are out of the way. Because they don't feel like they are. They're not. They're being jerks. Stop it. There we go. Sometimes you can just tell there's a problem. I've made a heap of these bags. Turn it through, poke at the corners, make sure everything's good. Oh yeah. So this guy will come pick up this bag today. And then I will start on the next lot of orders next week, or maybe even tomorrow. I want to pull the lining and the top away, and I'm stitching 1/8 of an inch, which, funnily enough, is the width of the inside foot, so it makes it really easy to measure these things out. This fabric is not the most fun to work with, but I have noticed everybody loves it for gym bags. I've got templates coming of this pattern at 80%, which is perfect size for like kid size bags. I'm pretty sure that's coming this week because I have an order for one. Well, not so much an order as a birthday present I'm making, but still. got a tug on it all so it sits nicely. That's why the nails come in handy. Although they're almost to the point of too long. So as soon as the stuff shows up, I will be fixing them. Ah, I just knocked everything on the floor. Man. I personally think that it's much prettier to have these off to the side. Oh, wait, you can't see. Hold up. Let's try that again. Off to the side than in the center. I just think it looks more classy than having just initials right there. If it was a full name, I'd put it across there, but as initials, bottom corner, I feel works better. And again, personal preference. You don't have to copy me. I think it looks more professional there. Okay, second piece. I've already found all the centers to everything, so that's nice. Let me get this done. I also have to hang a picture hook so I can take photos. Ugh, the list is never ending today. Lots of clips in the corners. Helps. You don't need as many clips on the straight bit because it's straight. It's just how it is. Hi, Tracy. Round we go. Okay, so the lining's now clipped on. Then we're going to take this. I've already added our strapping because I'm clever like that. I did it at like 5 o'clock this morning. Popped out here before my child woke up for a bit of quick sewing. Right sides together, line up the centers. That's slightly off. There we go. And add the clips in. Now again, this corner is the trickiest part of the whole bag, in my opinion. It's not undoable, it's just fiddly. Nobody loves fiddly, I understand that, but also makes the bag cute. You can also skip this pocket if it's out of your skill set and you still love the bag, skip it. You don't have to have the front pocket. It just... When I did my research on gym bags, a lot of them had this kind of a pocket. For smaller things like keys, medication. Like for me, I have to take my acid puffer everywhere, just in case I have an asthma attack. It would go in the front pocket for easily access. But if you take supplements or whatever, you could put the container in the front pocket so you can grab them easy. Post-workout shake mix, whatever. Okay, so personally, I actually find it easier to sew lining side up because it curves better. That's just me. I've also realised that I put all the clips on the wrong way, such as life. Can't win them all. And we're just going to go slowly so we don't wreck it. I don't know why it works better this way. I just find that it does. You can do it the other way though. And also being mindful of where the zipper pull is so that we don't break it. I made it with that pocket and my best friend loves her bag. See? Everybody loves this bag. I've never had someone go, oh, I don't like it, or oh, it's not big enough. The only complaint I've had is for little kids that it's too big. But, you know, can't have them all. That's why Brymax and therefore probably April May Shine have the pattern at 80%. Perfect size for kids. See? And if you do it that way up, your corners don't be feral. You can't see. Sorry. I've got the camera on a weird angle. But see how that like sits nicely there? I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, let me move it into focus. I mean, it's black, so it's always hard to tell, but like it's smooth and beautiful. So now, somebody else come up with this idea. Instead of putting the stitch line up the middle, you can actually come underneath and just stitch the lining pieces up the middle. And what that does is if you've put a pretty design on the front, you still get your split pocket without having to sew through your pretty design, whatever that may look like. Whether that's embroidery or if it's, you know, just a pretty piece of fabric, a panel piece, whatever. So we just lift this up, and off we go. And just move towards the top, as close as you can get, back stitch, done. And so now from the outside it's fabulous, and the inside the pockets are still separate. Zip it up, zip it up, voila. Oh, this is a good looking bag. We're totally taking photos of this. Okay, so now we're going to take the back and bottom and attach this to that. Now, these, for those that don't know, these kind of sit as a 3Ds. You just kind of squish them down like that when you sew it in. You can always start from the middle and work your way out if you prefer to do it that way. Ugh. And with this stuff, I can just pinch it and it creates enough of a crease I can see. And then that middle line lines up there. I'm going to put one clip and then I'm just going to hold it and stitch it because, again, I've made this bag like a million times and I know what I'm doing. Don't feel pressured to do what I'm doing. Everybody deserves... See, this is actually the bag as well I made for my going away bags. Even if your people don't gym, it's still a really cool pattern to make as a carry-on. Backstitch! Trim. Now while we're here, if you want to, you can take scissors and just hack away at the excess in the corners. It'll make it easier later when we're attaching the sides. So that is now 3 walls. The reason I haven't attached anything to this is 1, I prefer to put the lining on first, and 2, I still need to add my little D-rings because they're in my bowl. This is why we have a bowl so we can see it. What I do, however, need is some of this. What do I want? See, options. No, I think I'll just... Have I got this in red? If I had this in red, I'd do them in red. But I don't. So, I'll just do it in black. It'll still look cool. I've also already sewed the lining to the outside on these. So there's not much left to go. But I will need some of this. So this is a scrap of it. I get this from Sewing Trade if you live in Townsville. Otherwise it's like PVC canvas that they use for caravans. I am just grabbing my this. I just went to do that. Oh wait, have I got? Probably not. My little cutting thing's not here. So we'll do it the old school way and we'll just draw it on. There we go. So I'm going to, because it's black, I'm going to use my Chaco pen that I filled with iron awayable stuff. So my D-rings that I use now on pretty much everything are 5/8 of an inch. You actually don't need to have a million different size D-rings because D-rings are just to clip things. And so I've decided it's unnecessary in my life. Now that I don't sell hardware, I don't need all the different sizes. So if you have a favorite size D-ring, you can quite happily just carry that one size. And the reason I like 5/8 is because my 1 1/4 zipper, so this is as wide as zipper tape. If you fold this in half, it's the perfect size for the D-rings, and they're adorably cute. I'm a fan. Obviously this would go quicker if I had a rotary cutter and ruler, but it's fine. Double-sided tape is your friend. Make sure you're putting it on the back and not the front. One side's more scaly looking than the other. It is not leather, it is PVC canvas. It's just the synthetic. It is really cool. It does not have any give in it though. So sometimes, especially with this piece, if you find that it's a bit gathery in the corner, it's just because there's no give. Like with cotton, you've got a little bit of stretch. Even canvas and vinyl has got a bit of give, same as leather. This stuff, none. No give in it. But easy to wipe clean, perfect for gym bags and outdoor bags. Very popular for gym bags that I've made. I've been making a lot of these in this particular fabric. What I would like to do is find time in my busy life to have a few of these in pretty like cotton fabric prints as overnight bags, but I don't see that in my near future because I'm running out of time. These are also probably too long, but it does crease really nicely, which I appreciate. So I'm putting the join in the middle. This stuff also doesn't fray, but I'm still putting the join in the middle because I don't want to see it. I think it'd be prettier not to. And look at how fast I'm getting at that now. All right, so rub it on the table. And then I just like to eyeball this. Put a D-ring on. See, fits beautifully. Like that. Fold it in half. I am going to cut some of that off. That's too much. I want it closer to the edge. Just not that close. There's limits. So I wanted it probably about there. That's where I like it. So it's close to the edge and we'll still take all the weight, but it's not too far in, and then it's kind of bunching the bag. You can also put them on the ends if you're not doing the zipper open pocket. If you are doing the zipper open pocket, that won't work because every time you want to open the bag, you'll have to unclip the shoulder strap. So I don't do that, but you can, is my point that I am attempting to make here. So I'm going to stitch one on and then I will trim the second one to be the size of the first. I put it about a finger's width away from the top stitching. You can put it wherever you want. I'm not the boss of you. Now that it's under, I want to also make sure I've got all of my lining pieces out of the way so that I'm not going to stitch them down. Lots of people make that mistake. They're not paying attention to the lining. So just keep that in mind when you're doing this. It's little and adorable and I love it. And this stuff is super strong, so it'll be fine. And then I'm just going to cut that off. And that tail that's annoying me. And voila! Beautiful. And of course, if you're using bigger D-rings, it will just sit out this way a little bit more and that's still fine. So then I'm just going to put this one up against that one and then cut it off. You can also use the cut off and line it up, either or. However you prefer to do that. And then we're going to go to opposite side. And again, put all of the lining out of the way. Move that up to there. I haven't put a Seams Legit Snippety Snip strong magnet on here yet because I want to paint it first. So for now I'm just using the seam guide that's magnetized on there. Now I can eyeball this, but you do it however you need. You can measure it with an actual ruler if that makes you happy. I'm not one to judge. You'll just find that after a while of sewing, you'll be able to do it without it. Backstitch. I swear that's from Maui when he goes, bite snack. Alright, and then again, we make sure we did not sew the lining. Now, if you sewed the lining and it's flat like this, it doesn't matter. You'll see the stitching, but it's not the end of the world. If, however, this happens, you will absolutely need to unpick it. I've known many a person that has that problem, unfortunately. So, now that we've done this piece, the first thing I'm going to do is attach the lining. The lining is lighter weight and therefore easier to maneuver. And then we want to think about which way the zippers are going. So this goes this way, so this one's going to go this way. Also, ultimately, it won't matter. Oh, whoops. It won't matter what side your shoe pocket goes on. Both sides work. You just might want to pick a side and then stick with it. I like to give this a bit of pull because it is quite lightweight and I don't want it bunching. I just can't really be bothered dealing with that right now. It's not too bad with the waterproof canvas. Weirdly enough, it's worse with cotton fabric. It gathers more. So you have to kind of tug it on this machine. It's not as bad with waterproof canvas, but I also just don't like to risk it. So I'm going to move that over there so I don't knock it off the table. Do a few stitches and then you can line up the rest. Full speed ahead. Roll this up so it doesn't hit the laptop. If I break my laptop, I will absolutely cry. Okay, so now your lining should be on and you should have a loop. And then I'm going to grab the exterior, which we already also made a loop with. And then, now this is how I always do it because it just helps my brain. Zipper closing the way I want it, sitting in front of me. So this joins to the front pocket where the initials are. So like this. So then we take this piece and this piece, flip them, join them together. What are you constructing on the table in front of you? This is a raggabrash. This is my gym bag that I designed. I love this pattern a lot. Quite popular. I'm going to put 3 clips because I'm feeling generous. It's a straight line. You don't necessarily need them. It's the other side that will want more clips because the whole bag is going to want to fight you. As you can see, again, I'm rolling it up so I don't whack my laptop because we don't need that either. Or do you mean, what's this over here? This is the koala. I just need to put binding on it. So these are bag organizers. I love this pattern too. Has its place. For those that have bigger bags, you can just take the insert out and put it into any other bag. For the busy mum on the go. Just busy person, really. But the idea of that over there is so you can have all your essentials in it, and then you can just, like, if you like to match your outfit to your handbag and you don't want to have to keep taking everything in and out constantly, you put it in one of those and then just slot that into your bag. I've known several people that have used them just for ease. And it's more people that change their handbags a lot. Or if you want to go to like the beach and then the gym and then to work and you'd like to have different bags for these things. They're not for everyone. But I've known enough people that use them that I thought I should design a pattern. So that is called the koala. I should probably do more videos on it, to be honest. It's really cute and really quick. Here's the thing. I haven't finished it because I need navy thread and I do not have enough empty bobbins to make a navy bobbin. So I've just been avoiding it. Alright, so then we're going to take, where are we? The other side and this side, and then just bring that together. And then we'll deal with the side pieces. I'm getting to them too. So I've half done them. It's also just occurred to me that I have to unpick one of them, which is super annoying. Whatever. It's fine, it's fine. This is what happens when you're so stupid o'clock in the morning without waking up first. You make stupid mistakes. And if you do this, you are absolutely not alone in it. I can promise you that much. So then I'm going to put my hand into the lining side and then pull the bag. Actually, I like to pull the lining over the bag because this stuff, sticky, sticks to itself. Nightmare to do. But the bags look cute, so it's fine. And so what we want is we want the lining on the outside and the outside on the inside. And then I'm going to start clipping this together. So I like to start at the seams because the lining seam and the exterior seam should absolutely match up. And I've taken it to doing this way, and I'll show you in a minute why. You'll also notice that I didn't, for that back pocket where it's all a bit skew-iff and wonky-donkey, I did not sew it together. I used to baste it together. I don't do that anymore. I'm going to show you why in 2 seconds. Right after I clip this side. Now, I like to grab it with my knees. So if I'm off camera, I'm sorry, but I need to grab it with my knees. It just stops the bulk hanging off my hand. Makes it much easier to clip together. So again, seam should line up. And then if you grab seam to seam and pull, it actually fits fine. Sometimes it just likes to pretend it doesn't because it's rude. So I'm essentially leaving the back pocket till last, till right now. So I'm going to put one clip on the back pocket, and then I'm going to push this top edge down and just clip that top bit. And then I'm going to go from the bottom up to make sure that it fits. How difficult would it be to change the size or shape? Well, it depends on what size or shape you want. Like, you could shrink the pattern. What kind of shape would you prefer is probably a better question. See, and then we clip up and then it overlayers and sits perfectly. Just to finish that thought. If it's too long for you, like if you wanted a, oh, whoops. Oh, stop it. If you wanted it shorter, what you could do is you cut the design in the center, like the pattern piece, and then take out from there. Or draw a line and then work out if you want to take out like 1 or 2 inches, and you take it each side of the center line. And if you wanted to make it taller, you just make it taller. I could design it as a smaller one. I could do it as an add-on if you want like a really small one. The idea of this is it's got little press studs on the side. So if you need it to, it will sit flatter in your bag if you don't have as much stuff as what everybody else. I know we're sidetracked over here, right? So it'll sit flat, not perfectly flat because of the corners, but pretty flat. And then that way you can just kind of slot it in something smaller. But then if you need to put something bigger on the inside, it'll snap open and hold more. It's got options. I love this thing. I really should do more videos on my own patterns because I feel like we sometimes miss them. And it's got little handles, so you can just pick it out of one bag and shove it in another, and then tuck the handles back in. Because the handles are stitched down so that they won't stick out the whole time. And you can also make the zippers go the same way or the opposite way. And both sides are the same pieces. So you can make it symmetrical or you can do it off symmetrical like I did. Options. I do still want to design. I don't know when I think I've got time. So many things I want to do. Not enough time to do them. It is a real problem in my life. Now I'm just basting these together. Drawing it round. Second side's always easier because the clips aren't in the way. Also cut off your tails. Have accidentally sewn them into a seam before and it's really annoying to fix. It's not hard, it's just annoying. The reason we're sewing this together is for ease of joining later. Oh, I can hack anything. I hack my own patterns because then I don't need permission. And I like to think that my patterns are very eclectic. Like, if you look at my patterns, you can't be like, oh, that was designed by Tori, because you really have no idea. I'm all over the shop. It's like how my brain is. All over the shop. But I can 100% hack my... I could spend all next year just hacking patterns I've already designed. With, like, cool new add-ons and different stuff. Like, I could go back to the start and just redesign patterns I've already done. It'd be awesome. We can change sizes and the pocket styles and the handle connections, and they look like different bags. On the flaps, we could change the flap sizes and shapes, and, you know, I could redesign the strumpet to have, you know, a bunch of different stuff in it. But I feel like you probably don't want to do that because you've already bought the pattern and you probably don't want the add-on necessarily. But I could, is my point. When I design patterns, my brain's always got ideas for so many more things, but I try and rein it in so that I don't overwhelm anyone that considers themselves a beginner. I don't want you to look at my patterns and go, I can't make that, because that is not the point of me. The point of me is to inspire everyone to be able to do everything they feel like. More clips. I know you can't see, sorry about that, but you know what? What if I just twist a little bit? Now you'll be able to see next time I do that. There we go. Because doing things in my lap just works better. It's closer, because when my arms are out like this, they get tired really quick. And yeah, obviously it could be a gym moment, but I don't want to. Up and around. I know you can't really see, I apologise for that, but there's not really much I can do about it, to be honest. But I could hack, so like Vixen, for example. I love Vixen. Vixen is probably my most popular pattern. It is a classic looking handbag. I could hack that. So it'd be the same general overview, but I could make it squarer and we could have a square version because I think that would be amazing. But then I'm like, do people really want that? Obviously, Vixen is all about the roundness. I could do a square version. So it would still be constructed very similarly, and then I would still do the hack so that you can bind it or not bind it. But I could make a square version of Vixen, and it would be super cool, and it would feel different enough to me. But as a pattern, I'm not sure it would feel different enough to you guys. But I have had the thought several times about I should do a square version. I've also, since designing Whippersnapper, which was my first ever pattern I designed, I have had several ideas for upgrades. I don't know. Is that something you guys want me to do? Go back and do add-ons for all my patterns? Like I did with Rascal. Rascal was totally worth it though, because it's gone from like a day bag, like a festival bag, to an everyday option. We're going to put that aside. And I have to unpick this because I forgot we're doing the zipper. My bad. I'm going to grab my sewer, which is shiny and green and fantastic because it just is. I love my gifts. Whether you see me use them on camera or not, it's irrelevant. That happens. Like my skull glass juice container, I call it. I drink juice in it. It's my morning juice container. But I don't usually drink juice in this room, which is why you guys don't see it. Doesn't mean it doesn't get used. When that gets too long, you cut it off and then you go again. So this is the bit that is actually probably going to suck the most on this particular bag, just because of the type of fabric we're making it in. This fabric is not necessarily my friend. Double zip in them. See, I don't even know. Did I come up with that, or did somebody else do it first? I have no idea. But we can do all the things. My brain has more ideas than time. And if I could afford to have an assistant, I would. Because the idea, like if they could like cut stuff out or, you know, take on one part of my insanely large schedule, I could get so much more done and teach you so much more. But there's only so many hours in a day. And there's only, like I can usually only do one thing at a time, with the exception of embroidery. Like even if I had someone that came here, and when Jesse's older, he'll be doing it, but like came and stuck all the pattern pieces together and then cut out patterns for like bags for videos of other people's patterns. That would be amazing. I need like a magical elf that I can pay in, I don't know, food. It'd be so good. Like a brownie. The creature, not the food. And I obviously read way too many fantasy novels. So this is a PVC canvas. It is awesome for bags, like gym bags and manly bags. Like this is what they use to make like men's tool bags, this stuff. I get it from Sewing Trade in town. It is a PVC canvas, but anywhere that does like fabrics for, watch this, ready? And then we pull the other one out. Oh, comes out in one piece. Anywhere that like does caravan repairs would be able to tell you where to get it from. What I forgot was I'm doing the side zipper, so I need to, oh, I don't remember how big it is. I'm pretty sure I need 30 inches. But I mean, if I'm wrong, I can always cut it down. It's either 28 or 30. I don't know. We're gonna cut 30. I'm pretty sure it's 30. But honestly, couldn't be 100% sure. And then I'm going to install the zipper. It is a big bag. This bag does take a long time. I've been online for ages. I kind of shove it in the middle. And then I need some of these, which I don't think I cut because they're not in the tub. And if I did cut them, they're fallen out. I don't know where they are. So either or, I have to cut some more. So again, with my scrap and my Chaco pens, I can see what I'm doing. This has also got tiny little dots. These are like grip dots. I put the scrap ones on this. They're out of the center. I love grip dots. I used to sell them on my website. I could probably go back to doing that. I still have some here in its packaging and everything. I actually should maybe get Brymax. I don't know if she sells them, but if she doesn't, she should. So that what the idea of the grip dots is it doesn't slip around while you're trying to cut it. They are amazing. You are correct, Tori 30. Thank you. See, I guessed. But I'm like, whatever. I need waterproof canvas. Have I got a scrap? Oh my god, I do. Oh, I love it when that works. So here is the scrap of waterproof canvas that cuts this bit out of. So glad I guessed correctly. It makes me happy. Now again, normally I would cut this with a rotary cutter and a ruler, but I don't know where the board is. I can't see it, therefore I can't use it. I'm also not loving these scissors. I used to love these scissors as my favorite ever. I don't anymore. No real reason why. I just don't. So even though the inside of the bag is all black, I've actually made the shoe pocket red because I thought that'd be cool. And he said red and black, and I just like to do things a bit differently. You can't convince me otherwise, really. Alright, right sides together. Again, one side is more scaly. I don't know if you can see this, but that side's more scaly. See that? And then you flip to the other side and it's smoother. You can still see the scaliness through it. It's just more smooth. Alright, stitch, back stitch, across, back stitch, clip, and then the other side. Now this will be easier than that front piece because it's wider, so this goes around easier. So same principle. Line up the edges. Also because it's rounder, I don't necessarily need clips, which I appreciate because sometimes clips are annoying. Stitch, back stitch, stitch. Oh yeah. Pull. And then I'm going to top stitch around all 4 edges because A, it'll join it, and B, it'll look pretty where the zipper is. Twist over the zipper. Probably don't hoon over the zipper. Yoink. Trim. Off. Done. Zipper. Then we need to find the center points of all 4 sides. Like so. And don't need to do it on the lining because it'll just line up. But then, right sides down. I probably should find the middle of this too. Trim, trim. I love these scissors. I can't remember where I got them. Could not tell you, but they are awesome sauce. Alright, lift up my foot. I love that. I love that button. Stitch, back stitch. I'm stitching most of this. I'm leaving a little bit at the ends. But this is where we're going to turn it through because that's just how this has to be unless you want to see the edge and put binding on it, which I don't want to do. So that's why I don't. Then, and I probably should have done this before I attached it, but you know, we can't all be cool. Find the center. Put a clip on both sides, both halves, because we'll need the other one later, like that. Then lay it flat with the center join and that, and then we're going to put clips at the side points, and this will perfectly line up our zipper. Now you can clip it if you prefer. I know some people do prefer to do that. I like clipping my zipper. I find it frays and that annoys me. I'm not a fan. But you could use your thread zapper to melt like a little line. Oh, that's cool. See? So many cool things we can do with the same things that we own. Now I'm going to split the zipper because this was easier. And we want to like unzip this side as much as possible as well. Stop it. Okay, and then we're going to grab the side that is already attached for obvious reasons, and we're going to clip the center, and then a few clips either side to hold it straight, and then we deal with the corners. So the corners need to be kind of bunchy. It's just how it's designed because of the seam allowance. So I'm just doing the straight bits, and then I'll come back for the rest. Line up all the side points. It is priority number 1. Then we'll do the corners. And by corners, I mean grab it and flip it over and just kind of push it until it lines up. And that's it. 3D object, people. And lots of clips. I know some people use staples. You could staple it if you're a stapler user. I am not. Tried it once, not a fan. Couldn't even get my staple to hold all the pieces. So I gave up. Decided against that mode of joining. You could also use double-sided tape, I suppose. Lots of clips works for me though. Lots and lots of clips. I like that. And another one there. then this corner, join it, flip it so it's a 3D object. So the end of this bag is very similar to galumpus. You could quite easily make, from this pattern, you could definitely make like a zip around cube, I think they call them. Definitely an option. Now this end's always the hardest because the zipper pull is here. And even though I like to have it unzipped, you don't want the zipper pull in the curve because it's even harder to sew. You just grab the end and then push it so it's a 3D object, and it should all just straighten itself out. I know it doesn't look very whatever, but bear with the process, alright? Oh no, where did I put the lining? I know I unpicked it. I remember doing it. But then, I don't know, where did I drop it? I've probably dropped it. There's the other end. That's not what I'm looking for though. Ah, I did drop it. There it is. I found it! We're fine. So, something that's not in the pattern that you can definitely do is, in the middle of the bottom, you can just put a piece of double-sided tape. It will help hold it when we have to twist it up and under. That will just help later because we don't stitch here because we're going to turn it through. So by having the double-sided tape, it will hold it up when we go to sew it later. Make sure that the other side, I like to twist it a few times. It kind of brings it in out of the way. I'm also just going to bend center, and I'm going to put one clip in the bottom just to hold it in place so it's not a jerk. Then I like to come up to one of the corners and just add the clips in with the lining, and then we'll do the other corner because obviously corners line up. And sometimes, especially with all that zipper on the inside, which has just fallen out, it may not look like it's going to fit, but it will because it does. Because they're the same size, and I know they are because I clipped them together myself. So we're just going to grab another clip and add it there, and then that holds it even. And then pick another corner. Again, making sure that that is out of your way. Clip around. So this is the fiddliest part of the bag. Not everybody wants this pocket, so you can skip it if you want to, but the knitting needle holder was my mum's idea. Because lots of people have lots of hobbies. Also a really good present for those that knit but don't sew. Not everybody does both. I don't crochet or knit. I can, to a point. I can do it. I choose not to because, let's be honest, I have enough hobbies at this point. Between woodworking and the lasering and the jewelry and the sewing, like I've got enough going on. I know it doesn't look very even yet. You just got to trust the process. So we need to go to here. Stitch, back stitch. We're going to go very slowly around these corners because I have quite often accidentally stitched the zipper pulls here, so we just need to be mindful of that. And by having the lining right side up, I can see the zipper tape much easier than if it was twisted the other way. Hello, hello. And around. And around. And then faster on the straight bits. And then we're back to the start, and I just need to make sure I'll stitch over the first bit. Ooh, stop it. Ah. Okay. Now, sometimes I get this wrong. Happens. gather up. See how this, it doesn't really scrunch very well. Shove it all through the hole. This is what I mean about this stuff. Like it's not the most fun to work with, but it does give great results for gym bags. So I suffer through it. And the more I play with it, the more it gets done. And to be honest, this is the first time I've made a bag with this stuff. With the side pocket. We're going to get a turny stick. I love my turny stick. For anyone that has never seen my turny stick before, this is a fruit cleaner. The wooden one, oh, see, look, I missed. That's not ideal. Sewing, beading, crochet, needle punch, hand embroidery, and tatting. Wow. Good job. While we're here, though, I'm going to check all the other corners and make sure it's just the one. I missed that one, too. Okay, so, not going great over here. I'm very tempted to just skip it. I missed that one, too. Okay, so I've missed all the corners. I don't know how that happened, because we all saw me attach it. Oh, no, I got, oh, no, I missed that one, too. Not ideal. So I missed all the corners, people. All of them. It's a magic trick. Ugh. That has never happened to me before. I'm blaming this fabric. 100% I am. So, new plan. Unpick it. I'm like, how much do we care about this pocket? I'm not even sure if he knows it comes with this pocket. I could skip it. A, it's a mate. B, the 80% one I made for his daughter didn't even have the side pocket, so I'm not even sure if he knows it exists. But in the interest of the video, I'm going to show you how to deal with this problem. Even though it's cutting into my time of all the other things I have to do today, I'm going to do it because I basically need to prove to myself that I can. So what I do is I snip a few stitches and then I pull and it undoes a bunch for me. It's very convenient. Okay, and then I'm going to stop there and I'm going to come back to this. And I am now just going to stitch the zipper to the edge because I'm not playing this game twice. Can't miss it if it's attached. Can we? I'm going to hold that straight. Oh, stop it, zipper. I'm going to unzip it. And this is going to prevent this problem. This fabric is not the most fun. I did warn you. Case in point. So what I'm now doing is in the seam allowance, I am stitching the zip to the outside so I don't have the issue where it disappears from the corner again, because that was just rude. So rude. So now I'm just going to unsnip a bit, or unclip a bit. I don't know, what are we calling this? Cutting it off. And then at 1/8 of an inch, I'm sewing the zipper to the fabric to avoid this problem because it's a jerk. Unhappy. Stick in the corner or clips again. This fabric is the worst. The absolute worst. Never had this much drama with a zip. So what I'm doing is I'm using my pokey stick here to put it where it's told, basically. It's being rude. It won't stay where it's told. I don't appreciate that in the slightest. The other side of this zip is so much easier to sew than this. And also this fabric is not helping my paws at all. So I'm going to sew it as I cut it because that way I don't have to re-clip everything. This is me being lazy right here. Not even going to deny it. I am being lazy by clipping it while it's under the machine. Right? Just one less thing I'll have to fix. So this is PVC canvas. They fix caravans with it. I'm sure they do a bunch of other stuff. Printed PVC or vinyl signs that people get made for at markets. This is the same fabric. You can embroider it. You can do all kinds of cool stuff with it. It's just a jerk to sew with. A little bit. It has 0 give. And I just missed all 4 corners on this, and that's never happened to me in my life. It's a feat, I tell ya. So anyway, we are just going to cut this off and then baste the zip with stitches. Oh, I've got an itchy nose. Stupid hay fever. Would have been easier if I left it while it was clipped, but such is life, and we can't fix problems all the time. This is the best solution I've got going on at the moment. Bring it up. I'm aware this looks hella messy. Don't worry about it. It's gonna work out just fine. So in the future, when you clip it the first time, baste it before you put this on. It's clearly going to solve a lot of problems. Love a good straight bit, as I'm sure we all do. But now the point is that it's in the corners. It can't move when I go to put the other side back on. Pinch there, stop it. But we just want to unclip little bits at a time so I don't have to redo everything. Again, being lazy. Or efficient. I know you guys call me efficient. I'm calling it being lazy. Because I didn't want to have to re-clip it all together. Such is life. So it's a PVC canvas. I don't know how else to describe it. It's pretty cool though. I can just cut this off now. We're basically back to the start. And I missed all the way to there, so whatever. Oh, that bit can stay, I suppose. Yoink. Alright. Grab the corner, drag it over with my sewing awl. And then again, I'm just stabbing the zipper and dragging it to the edge. Making sure I don't get the teeth for obvious reasons. Okay, it is now attached. Right, baste the zipper down. Probably don't do it the way I did. Look at all my mess. Shocker, right? Then I'm going to sew that back on with an actual seam allowance. So, everything I just unstitched, we're going to go re-stitch. Yay! But at least now the zipper will be where it's told. I can appreciate that. And I'm just shoving the zipper out of the way with the sew. Then I'm going to line up the next corner to hold it taut. And then I don't need pins or clips or anything because I'm so very lazy. And I'm just using this now to shove the zipper out of the way to make sure that I'm not accidentally stitching it wrong. And then I'm going to line up the next corner. Like that. And then hold that tight. Taut. I love my sewers. I did give some of them away because I was gifted so many. So a few people that got a swapsy from me ended up with a beautiful handmade soul. They're worth it. They are amazing and I love them. It's nice to have pretty things. Alright, then I'm going to grab this corner. Again with the lining of that up. What's going on there? Oh no, we're cool. Just checking. And then again with the zipper. Shove it out of the way. I do mean shove. Now, theoretically, this has worked, and if it hasn't, I'm about to have a tantrum, and I'm not even going to lie about it. I will have a tantrum if this didn't work. I did finish the orange and purple bag. It's not in here, so I can't show you. But it is finished, yes. And this was the second one I had cut out, so that's why we're on this one. I just finished it off camera. So yesterday for those that were here for the live, my child's school rang, and usually when they ring, he's hurt himself and there's drama. What actually happened was he decided that his pants didn't fit him and he didn't want to wear them anymore. So they gave him like a spare pair from Lost and Found. So then I had to go down the street and buy him new pants. So that was my non-emergency yesterday, but I didn't know that before I picked up the phone. And unfortunately my phone is also my camera, so I had to go get it. Alright, so now with this little bit of double-sided tape, we can just pull off the back and fold it up under where it needs to be. Right, fold under the 1/4 inch seam allowance, and then you can also add another piece of double-sided tape and hold it in place. Because laziness is key. It's harder to clip this because it's not near the edge. So double-sided tape. This is the zipper stuff, so it's just super thin. But it'll hold. Oh, stop it. It should hold it in place. Unless I do that. That was stupid. Alright, so over the top of the original stitching. Boom. I know it looks messy. Don't worry about it. It'll straighten out in a minute. Under we go. Start wherever. I like to start at the bottom. And I'm just going to pull on the zipper slightly so that it gives me nice edges. Pull the zipper however you need to get it to look pretty. Do not recommend this. This stuff is a nightmare. But I will do it on principle. Because nothing defeats me. Just be really careful with your fingers. This stuff sucks. Back to the start, back stitch. Ugh, the worst. It is the worst. But I mean, I got it. Right. I also have to go along and now pull out all these little fluffy bits. I will do that later with some tweezers. But I made it work. So, do I talk to myself? I make the zoomy noises. You know when I'm like, meow. I do that when I'm by myself. But usually if I'm not on a live or if I'm not chatting to someone, I put music on, so I sing along to that. This is the shoe pocket. I don't so much talk to myself. I definitely am constantly thinking about other things that I have to get done and the order with which I should do them. My brain's usually also coming up with, you know, pattern alternatives or new things to do with the laser. Like, my brain doesn't stop, but it's usually not a vocal word vomit. Oh, I ran out of bobbin. Of course I did. Yeah. Music. And different days have different moods of music. Very, very much so. Some days I just want to listen to Fleetwood Mac and have like an easy music day. That doesn't mean that I'm sewing more relaxed or whatever. It's just the mood that I require for my music that day. And then some days it's heavy metal, like Linkin Park and stuff. Not screamo metal, but like singing metal. And then some days it's like I have a playlist called Road Trippin'. So it's all like 80s rock, like ZZ Top and AC/DC and JJ Cale, all that kind of stuff. And then some days I feel like pop, and so I have what I've called my cleaning mix, which is like my highly motivational music that gets me up and grooving, and that's really good for when I'm cutting bags. Don't ask me why. You'd think I'd be more distracted by dancing, but it's just how it works for me. And each to their own. Apparently I'm planning on making another red bag with how much bobbin thread I've just done. So until I order more bobbins, I will be trying to make bags with like certain threads that I've already got cut. So we're going to do a red one, obviously. Black's always an option. I always keep at least one bobbin for black because black is so handy. And at the moment I've got green and like turquoisey blue and purple. So whatever bag I make next hopefully will require one of those thread colors because that's what I've got going on. Pull, snip. Yeah, that would have sucked if I had to run out of bobbin while I was doing the other thing. Absolutely. Oh, stop it. I hate it when it does that loop around the thing. It's just rude. Hey! Nah, okay, fine. Whatever. Don't even care. Don't eat it. Okay, we're good. I thought it was going to eat it. Which would have just been so rude at this point. Alright, so then we're French seaming. So we're turning this inside out. And then stitching it again. And then I still have so many more of these bags to make. Like 3. These are very popular at the moment. Lazy about this? Abso-freaking-lutely. Zero regrets though, so. I'm really hoping I've got red binding for this pocket. I'll do black for the other side, but red for this side would be amazing. I probably don't though. I need to go and buy like a crap ton of different colored bindings again, especially with how many of these bags I seem to be doing. The unfortunate news is I have to order them online. I mean, I could do black. I just don't really want to. So now that I've done that seam, you see no raw edgy bits. Let's attach the other side. I always like to put this side on first because then the tricky side is the last thing we do and then it's done. center top, center bottom, center sides, same. Funnily enough, this mesh is making it way more tricky to fold. Good job, me, with all my brilliant ideas. Now, the real question is what side do I want a pocket on? There's the front of the bag. I think I want it on that side. So this one is going to go on this side. You can never have enough bobbins. I know. Well, this machine only come with like 2. And then I bought out the local shop that had a few more. But I really need like a 20 pack. And I just need to figure out what size I'm buying. And then I'm going to go do it. I need like 20 bobbins. I have so many thread colors. What have we got? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I've got nearly 40 colors of thread. Probably actually 40. I need more bobbins. Like a lot more. Alright, center top is easy. It's where the zipper is. Center bottom, we just fold it in half, pinch it. Center bottom. Line it up. My other machine's got a crap ton of bobbins because I collected them. I need to get more for this. On my green machine, this bag takes 2 pretty much full bobbins. So we're doing way better right now. We also need center side. So again, we fold the panels together because they all work out to be the same length. That's why it's a square. I did that deliberately because, you know, it's just easier. I haven't really looked into what size bobbins I need. I do need to do it though. But I went to the website and this number wasn't there. So of the machine. So then I was like, clip the ends. Of course, you're going to be stubborn. No other way around that. Other side. So this side's the easiest. Well, the other side's not so much hard, but every time I do it wrong. Like every time, it's a magic trick. You'll see what I mean in a minute when we get to it. I always end up having to unpick it because I've put the layer of the zipper pocket in the wrong spot. Every time. Takes brain power to remember to do it the right way. Or to actually read the instructions, which obviously I'm not going to do. Because that would just be, you know, ludicrous. I don't read instructions. I'll wing it. Lots of clips in the corner. Same. Nothing new there. No pinches, thank you very much. Much better. Right. Boom. I should stop. Oh my god. So after all that and the bobbin, we're going to just switch to black now. How annoying is that? Hello, Hazel. Welcome. Oh, that bobbin's having a bit of a bad day. Okay, that's better. We're going to wrap that back up. It was having a bad day. So after all that, that's it. I only needed that red thread for that tiny little bit. Now I'm moving on to black. Because I'm just going to do black binding, especially on this end. Oh, and I'm about to lose my battery on my laptop. Apparently it is gone. So I'm about to lose visibility of things. That's really annoying. So from this point forward, I won't be able to see your comments because yesterday people were upset that I was backwards because of the way I had the camera. So I switched it back the other way now, but now I won't be able to see the comments because the laptop's going to die. I just can't win. I should have bought the cord, but, you know, too late. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. I'll still be here. I'll just be literally talking to myself because I can't see the comments. So we're going to line it up. Pick a side, any side. They're all the same, so it doesn't really matter. May as well move the laptop since it's not working anyway, and then I don't have to worry about knocking it. So it's probably a secret blessing. It just means I can't chat to yous. I can just chat at yous. So unfortunately you can't really see what I'm doing because of the angle I need to be on. For that I do apologise, but it is what it is. Clean up the clips and keep flicking the bag around so it doesn't twist, because once it gets a twist, it starts putting strain on this end and then your stitches might not be as cool. Especially for the corners. See again, I'm going to twist it back, line it all up and continue around. And this machine is amazing and goes over the thick corners like a butter. And around. And back stitch when you get back to the start. Lift the needle, pull it out. Boom! Shakalaka. Now since we're on this end, I may as well bind it while I'm here, because I haven't decided if I've got red binding for the other side or not yet. I always like to do the join on the bottom. Personal preference and all that jazz. So now I'm just going to fold it over and clip it on. This is not quite 1/2 inch binding, is what it is. It comes with my cylinder arm machine actually. It's like not as big as it should be. Bigger would be better, but what else? It's fine, it's fine. Still works just as well. And I have like a giant roll, it's not like I'm going to throw it out. I also have lots of yellow and maroon binding of all the colours. Big rolls of it. I would like to get navy, red, blue, purple. I think that would be enough. Green's really hard. As much as I love the colour green, certain like greens don't necessarily match, which is really annoying. Whereas purple's always close enough. Blue, it's either royal blue, navy blue, or bright blue. But with bright blue, you could still put royal blue and it would still look nice. Greens are a bit different, which is why I won't probably get green binding, unless I could get it the same colour as waterproof canvas. That'd be cool. So anyway, there's a centre line on this. If you're wondering how I'm doing this so easily, it's like a herringbone where there's a centre line. It makes it way easier. And a little bit past. And then I have a cigarette lighter here, so I can melt the edge just briefly. And then go back to clipping it together. I like mine to overlap a bit so that we don't see the join. If you're using a fabric binding, just tuck the raw edge under. And voila! Squish the bag down. I like to start just before the join. Again, personal preference. The hardest bit is getting it up and under where I want it. Stitch. I like to back stitch for this so it doesn't slip and move and carry on like a pork chop. Clear up the clips. I'm very sorry that I can't answer any questions that are potentially happening. I like to use this finger to kind of push against the binding to make sure it doesn't slip. Although with how this bag's misbehaving, there's a good chance it's gonna do that anyway. Oops. Twist the bag around. The binding just moved, so I'm going to get my snips. You could also get a sewall and stab it back into place. Either or. I know you can't see. I'm sorry about that. I haven't worked out a way to give you a better angle. Like, over my shoulder's all good and well in theory, but I lean across a lot, so I'd block you anyway. Lift it up, and then go check the other side to see where I missed. 9 out of 10 times I missed somewhere. It's a magic trick of mine. Here I missed completely. The whole back's not even attached to it. That's a bit rude. And black on black is so hard to see. Might get a sell-all for this. I mean, I can see it, but it's also really hard to just pick up the thread and not wreck your binding as well. Trim that off. So you can see here, it's just a mist. I don't know how that happened. It's only connected to itself, which is just rude. So every 2 or 3 stitches, I pull on the stitch to undo it. And then sometimes it's easier to open it up and pull the stitches that way. It's like a 50-50. Sometimes one way is better than the other. Now, because of that problem, trim off all the ferrule bits. And take some scissors, and I'm just going to trim down that seam allowance so it doesn't happen a second time. And so that's what I cut off. And then I'm going to put the binding back on right after I trim that. We're also going to back stitch over the original stitching to make sure that we don't have that problem again. And I'm going to stitch it from the other side so I can see what I'm missing this time. So, because there's no clips, and then spin around the corner. I'm going to just continue on because I missed that little bit there too. Good job, me. I missed a lot of places. There we go. At least I did all of that in one go now. So now it should be connected on both sides. The beauty about black binding is you don't see the stitches. Like, they blends in so well, you don't even see it. Okay, now I'm happy, except for that one stray thread. Now I'm happy. So now we're on to the other side. I'm going to put it between my legs, as always, and then we're going to grab the pieces. So, this is where I always stuff it up. What we want to do is we want to put this on here in the center, because from the outside, these need to touch, and then we put the pocket in. And usually I do that in the opposite way, and then I have to unpick it. It happens every time. You want to make sure that this is in fact closed. You also want to find center side and clip that together. And then the other center side, again, you can clip it or you can just bend it like I am. It all works out the same. Now, this side is always easy to put in because it's not that tight square. It just kind of fits. It's a magic trick, I swear. Even though the actual flap of the pocket was a nightmare, partly that was due to my fabric choices. Also, I get more clips. Work my way around. And it should all just kind of work out. and clip and clip. See, it all just kind of works out like that. Except for this corner, I'll just go fix that corner. So, again with that kind of pull it tight moment. And again, it works out. I've just got two. It's just because it's that corner. But that is now on. So, theoretically, now right sides are touching. And then I put this pocket in. Now, I've decided I want the red to show up in the pocket and not the other way. I also like these parts on the side. So I'm going to join them together to find center top, center bottom. Or even just center top usually works enough. Like that. Shove it in. Find the zipper. Where is it? Here. So this is the top. I'm going to twist it around. And I'm really sorry if you can't see. I can't see either. That's why I like to have the camera facing me, so I can see what's going on. And then this should just add in to all of your clips. Now if you don't want to do it this way, you can continue with the quarters, but it should just fit. See? Add it into clips, around and around. And then before I stitch this, I'm going to make sure I do this the right way because I don't want to have to unpick anything else today. I'm pretty done with that. And we're going to add some extra clips because the zipper's being tricky. Okay. Hold it down. Clip it in. Clippity clip, clip, clip. Alright, so now, again, before I sew it, I'm going to open this up. And then I'm going to push that out as if I'd already sewn it. And I'm going to make sure I did it right because I am so sick of doing it wrong. And we're good. But again, don't want to stuff it up. I'm also going to move all this. And I'm assuming you guys can still see me. Yes, good. And then we just sew. And this bit's easy. And off we go. So again, we want to move and maneuver the bag around as we go. You also want to make sure you're not stitching over the zipper teeth. And around, around. And around. That just started a Marilyn Manson version of You Spin Me Right Round in my head. Can't help that my brain is musically inclined. And we're back to the start. And then I'm going to double check it one more time just to make sure I didn't botch it because there is a small possibility. And last time I binded it before I did that. So this should now be able to zip up. Yeah, we're good. We're good. I'm just triple checking. Because again, I have made this, like, I designed the pattern and I still stuff it up. Just that one order. Okay, and then we're going to put binding on the edge. And I'm wondering if I can do this, and I challenge myself, and do it without clipping it, because I reckon I can, because this is an easy thing. I couldn't do it on the other side. You saw how much trouble I had while I clipped it. But this side, whole different ball game. A little bit of excess there. I'm just going to trim that down as I go. See, look, that's what I took. Twist the bag around. Line it up. Line it up. Stitch it down. Twist the bag. So far, so good, guys. Honestly. I'm feeling quite accomplished about this. And it just saves some time with the clipping. It's not that much quicker, so if you don't want to do it, don't do it. Also, this keeps getting knotted. Worst roll ever. Probably doesn't help that I keep throwing it, but what do you do? Kind of will be cool. Line it up, stitch it down, line it up, stitch it down, and then adjust. Spin, how we doing? Look at that. Ha, 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 ha. Judge me all you want, it's working. You should try stuff like this. You never know if you can do it if you don't try and do it. I was 50-50 about this plan, not even gonna lie. I wasn't sure it was actually gonna work. I just assumed it would, and so it did. See? Magic. Again with that little bitch. It's just a bulky corner, so I'm literally just cutting out the bulky corner. It's not there, it can't get in my way. Okay, and then we're back to the start, so I'm going to chop a little bit past and then melt that end before I stitch it up. And I feel like that went really, really, really well. And back stitch. Oh, let's see how I went. Oh, I missed nowhere. Oh. Love it when stuff works. Actually, I'll leave that open. Turn the bag through. Oh, the red stitching makes it look good. I mean, black and red is definitely his jam. I'm also making a fist so I don't hurt my nails. This thing is not fun to birth. If you have arthritis, I probably would not recommend using this fabric. It is not the most fun. I also like to punch it. If you can't punch the bag, it won't survive being a man's gym bag. That I can promise. So get most of it out, and then I'll get my turning stick. Love my turning stick. That'd be this here. Shove it in. I like to use this end. Don't use metal. The metal's too pokey, and I have poked several holes in things because of the metal. So I don't recommend metal. Run along the seam, up in the corner, other side. I'm just poking at it, literally. Like, I'm not even being gentle about this. This stuff sometimes is a bit sticky together-y. It sucks. Run it along the seam where possible. It's not always possible, guys. This stuff's a nightmare. Nightmare! And then we tuck in this end and then just zip it up. Boom! Not bad, huh? It's so pretty. It's also got the zipper in the back. The shoe pockets, you get the red accent in there. I like it. I'm a fan. I actually put that in backwards. I was planning on doing it the other way, but whatever. Whatever. It's got a little meshy pocket on the end. That mesh is not stretchy, so it actually works better as a pocket, I think. There you go. One giant gym bag made out of PVC nightmare fabric. And then we just Tory squish along the seams. This stuff Tory squishes really, really well. See, look at that. Beautiful. Okay. I like it. He'll like it. I think that's the main point of the day. But thank you for joining my video. Sorry I couldn't see comments for the last little bit. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye, guys!